In recent times, the issue of asylum seekers has been fiercely debated, particularly around election time. While both Abbott and Gillard's personal opinions on the issue may differ, their policies aren't too dissimilar. The Greens Party and independent interest groups such as the Refugee Council have criticised the policies for being too hardline.
Much of the debate surrounds whether the boat should be turned back and where the asylum seekers should be processed. Gillard recently suggested both Nauru and East Timor as possibilities, however they are yet to receive unanimous support. We've got another suggestion.
Tasmania.
Tasmania sits about 200 kilometres south of Australia, making it too far to swim and therefore almost unescapable. And of course it's got history. Tasmania was set up as a penitentiary in the 1800s, so a processing or detention centre isn't a huge stretch of the imagination.
Port Arthur in the south of the state was closed well over 100 years ago, but still features many facilities that any good detention centre needs.
It's secure.
There's heating. It's open plan. Sport and rec.
Ample bedding.
Cooking facilities.
A daycare centre.
We surveyed the Port Arthur site and we're happy to report that plans for renovation are already underway.
All jokes aside though, is processing asylum seekers in somewhere like Tasmania such a crazy idea? Kevin Harkins, an outspoken and controversial unionist, proposed exactly this a little over a month ago. We spoke to him about his idea.
There's two issues, two reasons why we should consider making Tasmania the home for an asylum seeker centre, and one of those is from a humanitarian point of view. Obviously, lots of people feel very badly about the way these guys are being treated and the poor conditions they come from and all those sorts of things. The other issue is clearly a financial perspective on it. And in Tasmania, we've got high unemployment in comparison with the rest of the country, especially in the northwest and the north of the state. And it would be a good opportunity to establish, for the want of a better term, a new industry that would employ hundreds of people, and the flow-on benefits and effects would be terrific for our state. So it's a win-win situation as far as I can see.
Soon after Mr Harkins' idea became public, Charles Arnold, the Mayor of King Island, voiced his support and proposed that King Island could serve as a non-penal zone where 200 asylum seekers and their families could live and work once they were found to be genuine refugees.
I'd say 90% of the locals are in full agreement with it, but the proof of the pudding will be in the eating and seeing what will come out of the negotiations between the Department of Immigration and the Migrant Resource Centres to see how many people, what type of people, and how we can handle the people on the island.
Neither Labor nor the Greens were available for comment, but I spoke to Liberal Senator Guy Barnett, who said he opposes the idea and described it as outrageous. Mr Harkins is realistic about the chances of his idea actually happening, but is genuinely keen for the issue to be explored properly and not exploited for political gain. Perhaps the best we can hope for is that once the election is over and the dust has settled, that the winning party will be prepared to take true leadership and not shy away from an honest and open debate.